She moved her ex into our home.
In a week?
In 1 week, Your Honor. She's a pretty little girl. I'm not saying she's not pretty, but at the same time, I don't think it's my baby.
Well, I don't
think it's my baby.
So, then he never answered my calls, and this went on for a whole month.
What number you called?
Picture this. A man leaves town for what he claims is just a week, only to return and find that his girlfriend has moved her ex into their home.
What? What?
That's exactly what happened to Mr. Matlock. Let's tear down this tangled web of love, lies, and lingering doubts. Our man Matlock says he was just trying to be a good dad, visiting his son for about a week. But when he came back, surprise, surprise, his girlfriend had already replaced him faster than you can say, rebound.
Back in 2006, when me and Miss Monroe first got together, she knew I was back and forth from Fort Smith to Fayetteville because I have a son down in that area. Back in 07, I was down there for a week.
No, you said
it was a week.
You said you were going to be gone a weekend and you were gone a month.
It was a week. You're lying. It was a week.
You were gone a month.
Anyway, Your Honor,
you were gone a month.
When I was gone for a week,
no, you're gone a week.
She moved her ex into our home.
In a week?
In 1 week, Your Honor.
At what point do you find out that she's moved another man into the house?
From her.
Yeah, I told you. At least I was honest.
Miss
At least I was honest.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. A week? That's faster than most people can decide what to watch on Netflix. And you'd be right. But Miss Monroe, however, paints a different picture. She claims Matlock vanished for a whole month instead, ghosting her harder than a Tinder date, leaving her feeling abandoned.
He originally told me he'd be gone for a weekend.
She's lying, Your Honor. She is telling a bold-faced lie, Your Honor.
Anyway,
continue.
He told me he was going to be gone for a weekend. So after the weekend, of course, being a girlfriend, you're going to care about somebody's well-being, wonder where they are if they're not calling you, if you have no contact with them. So of course, yes, I did call him. And then he never answered my calls. And this went on for a whole month.
What number you called?
Ms. Monroe, did he voluntarily call you at all while he was gone?
Lies.
Maybe,
not one call.
Maybe 2 or 3 times, like the whole time he was gone.
Okay, so 2 or 3 times you did speak to him?
Yes.
Just when you think things can't get any more complicated, a baby comes into the picture. Matlock discovers Monroe is pregnant, and she drops this one line that in some instances is a relief, especially if you are watching The Maury Show. But in this case, it caused pain.
So we worked out the whole situation. We talked about it, we worked it out. I eventually moved back in the house, picking up a sexual relationship with her again. Everything was going good for about a month and a half. I get a phone call from my sister. What's up?
You ain't who you pretended to be.
Whoa, what you mean May pregnant? I just talked to her on the phone.
I told you that.
You didn't tell me that. You told me that after I talked to my sister, and you told my sister that you were pregnant. Anyway, after I found out that she was pregnant, I get back. We sit down, we have the discussion. I asked her point blank, am I the father of the child? Who's the baby daddy?
Honest, right?
She looked at me and said,
I was honest.
You're not the father. Real talk, can't make it up. That's what she said, you are not the father. So, I'm not taking care of somebody else's baby, and you tell me that that baby is not my baby.
So, once you heard that,
out. I catch my cut, and I was gone. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not my...
Once you say you are not the father to a man, that baby ain't mine no more. I didn't hear from her. I didn't hear from her.
To top it all off, Matlock is paying child support for a child he's not sure is even his. This has caused him to overwork himself, taking on not just 1 shift or even 2 shifts. He's taking on 3 whole shifts to make ends meet. Matlock paints a picture of financial struggle, working 85 to 90 hours every 2 weeks. Heavy with exhaustion, he says.
you are paying child support for Ms. Monroe's daughter.
Yes, ma'am. It's been 3 or 4 years. And she didn't never want to know who the father of this child was. So let's get it done. She put me on
tried to call
support.
you. I tried to call you from the hospital.
You ain't do a good job. I called them, filled out the papers they wanted me to send so I can file to get a paternity test. I didn't get no reply back. Next thing, I got served with papers saying I missed my court date and I was a father by default.
You're paying child support in the amount of $360 a month.
First baby.
How is this affecting your life?
Oh, it ruined my marriage. When my wife found out that they're taking child support out for a baby that I didn't know was mine or
She
not.
can't worry about her own business.
We got into it, but she was mad about that. We get into it, so I basically tell her, hey, I got into a situation. I don't want to be with you no more. If you're gonna be mad over this, let's just end it right now before it gets too far and we got to actually spend some real money to end this. My
Maybe if
son's
your
mother,
relationship
my
was more than a
son's
month, it
mother's
wouldn't happen that way.
mad because she gets more money than my son's mother, which my son is on the birth certificate, signed it. That's my blood. She's mad because she gets more money, so I'm going back to court over that. Been in jail for child support because my son's mother got mad and said I wasn't paying child support when I was paying child support because I sent the picture of the baby to her when I first found out that I might have another baby. So she got mad. She wants to raise my child support. Me and my girl just broke up a couple weeks ago because she's tired of putting up with this drama, dealing with this. This is taken out from my home. I work 85, 90 hours every 2 weeks. I bring home on a good check. I might hit 300.
So, Mr. Matlock, you're working triple shifts.
I'm myself.
Trying to make sure you're paying the child
Trying
support.
to find a second job right now. Not only to pay child support, but make sure that Christmas, birthdays, school time, my son got what he needs.
You know, as the case unfolds, we're treated to a parade of witnesses, including Matlock's sister, and even the mysterious Jerome. No, we're kidding. Jerome is not at all the father. That would be a huge conflict of interest, among other obvious things.
She's a pretty little girl. I'm not saying
I
she's
know
not
she
pretty,
is.
but
A beautiful
at the
little
same
girl.
time, I don't think it's my baby.
Well, I don't care
Don't
what
think it's
you
my
think.
baby.
So you don't think the child looks like you? You don't,
Man,
you
that
don't
could be
feel any
Jerome's
attachment?
baby.
You
She
talking
would-
about this Jerome?
That Jerome.
Jerome!
No, it's not mine.
She looks a little dark to be his baby.
You
That
better not
man
mess
right
with
there.
Jerome.
It could be
She a
his
little
baby.
dark to be.
Finally, after all that he said, she said, it's time for the DNA results.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics in the case of Matlock versus Monroe. When it comes to 5-year-old Kenya Monroe, Mr. Matlock, the wait is over. You are not.
I knew it. Go find your baby daddy. Put somebody else on child support. I want my money back. I want my money back. I told you I wasn't the father of that child. Knew it from the beginning. Trifling. I knew it. I feel sorry for the baby.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll give you your money back.
That's what I need.
You know, I know you feel as if this money's been going out the window and you've been paying for a child that's not yours and that you could have been paying that money to your son, and I understand why you feel that way. But now you're gonna have to go back to your home state and petition that court, but I am here to tell you right now, there's no guarantees you're gonna receive that money back.
The child support at least will stop though, right?
Yes. I'll stop it. I'm not gonna make you pay for it if she's not yours.
Matlock's reaction is a mix of vindication and fury. He shouts, demanding his money back faster than you can say child support. But is that what should happen? Once child support has been paid, should he get his money back, even though it helped the child he was unsure about? The 80 to 90 hour work week surely gives a great foundation as to why he should. What's your stance on this?